starts probably. Oh no, you're right.
Yeah, we're starting with this side.
So confused. Super Everything Israel Defense Force is going to be right after the 8. Are people rising for that?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
My name is Ben Spratt. On behalf of the Road of Shalom community, we are grateful to be woven together this evening. 82 years ago, the Piasetzner Rebbe, writing in the midst of the Warsaw Ghetto, named what it was to exist at a time of fear, of fracture, of fragility. And he urged his followers to join together, believing that if a group of difference could come together and take away the barriers of difference for a moment, we could be reminded at this time where so much has come apart of that which links and unites everyone together. And so he inspired his students to see that prayer was a pathway in the face of despair to raise resolve, to see that song, the weaving of voices and melody, was the reminder that we are not existing at this time alone, but woven into so many other spirits of strength, spirits of courage, spirits of determination. And if there is one thing we need as we cross from one threshold of grief into another, from one time of fracture into the next chapter ahead of us, it is to join together, to feel what it is for community to meet community, for heart to meet heart, for voice to meet voice, and like the Piasetzner offered, to see that it is only together that we raise the resolve to shape a chapter that moves us back towards the light. We are grateful to be as one tonight.
El Elohei Haruchot L'chol Basar, O God, creator of all flesh, Min HaMetzar Karati Yah, we call to you from this narrow place in this time of unfathomable pain, war, and grief. Al Eila Ani Bochia, for these things do we weep. For those 1,400 souls murdered so violently and abruptly, for the 242 hostages, the babies and the elders, entire families that are missing, caregivers and those they cared for, Israeli and from over 30 nations of the world. For all the Israeli soldiers and officers killed in battle, for the thousands of Palestinian civilians who have been killed in this war, many of them children, for those called to serve, to defend the state of Israel and whose lives hang in the balance, for things that cannot be unseen, for the safety that was a distant dream, for futures ripped away, for a world that once was, that no longer will be. When all seems dark and despairing, enlighten us with your wisdom and hope, O God. Bless us to see all the righteous acts sowing light, deeds of compassion and love rising up in our commitment to one another, in our desire to be the light for one another. Bimkom she'ein anashim hishtadel lihiyot ish. O God, when it feels like there is no humanity in the world, may you give us strength to strive to be human. In the midst of such hatred, violence, and barbarism, may we not harden our hearts. Awaken our common humanity to work toward a world, even if it is a distant dream, that is built on love, on justice, and on peace. May it come soon and in our day. Oseh shalom b'imramav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru. Amen.
Our tradition tells us that captivity is worse than poverty, worse than hunger, worse than death. So I want to recite Psalm 121 to ask that God watch over the hostages, that God protect their families, that God guard all who are seized by fear and despair and hopelessness in the midst of this war. Please join me if you know the words. שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם השם, עושה שמיים בארץ, אל יתן למות רגליך, ואל ינום שומרך, הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל, השם שומרך, השם צילך, על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה, וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך, מעתה ועד עולם, מעתה ועד עולם.
עוד יש מפרש לבן באופק מול ענן שחור כבד, כל שנבקש לו יהי. ואם בחלונות האלה אור נרות החג רואה, כל שנבקש לו יהי. לו יהי, לו יהי, אנא לו יהי, כל שנבקש לו יהי. לו יהי, לו יהי, אנא לו יהי, כל שנבקש לו יהי. אם המבשר עומד בדלת, תן מילה טובה בפיו, כל שנבקש לו יהי. אם נפשך למות שואלת מבריחה ומהסיף, כל שנבקש לו יהי. לו יהי, לו יהי, אנא לו יהי, כל שנבקש לו יהי. לו יהי, לו יהי, אנא לו יהי, כל שנבקש לו יהי. ואם פתאום מזרח מאופל על ראשנו אור כוכב, כל שנבקש לו יהי. אז תן שלווה ותן גם כוח לכל אלה שנאהב, כל שנבקש לו יהי. לו יהי, לו יהי, לו יהי, כל שנבקש לו יהי.
I wanted to stand with Shimon, especially at the end of that piece, because of his own service, as we are about to honor and pray for those who defend Israel. They thought 100% maybe would come when they got the call. I don't think they could have ever imagined 150% for every 10, for every 1, 15 would come. And now they're standing and defending and face-to-face combat. So think of those whom you know actually who are there now fighting. Think of my own, my nephew, and others as we rise together for the prayer for the soldiers of the IDF. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואימותינו שרה, רבקה, רחל ולאה, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא הגנה לישראל, העומדים על משמר ארצנו וערי אלוהינו, מגבול הלבנון ועד מדבר מצרים, מן הים הגדול עד לבוא, הערבה ביבשה, באוויר ובים. ייתן אדוני את אויבינו הקמים עלינו, ניגפים לפניהם. הקדוש ברוך הוא ישמור יציל את חיילינו מכל צרה וצוקה ומכל נגע ומחלה, וישלח ברכה ויצלחה בכל מעשה ידיהם, ידבר שונאינו תחתיהם, ויתרן בקסר ישוע ובעטרת ניצחון, ויקוים בהם הכסוף, כי אדוני אלוהיכם ההולך עמכם להילחם לכם, עם אוהביכם להושיע אתכם, ונאמר אמן.
The prayer for healing and healers of Rabbi Ayelet Cohn. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless us too. Bless and heal all those who are injured, wounded, suffering, and sick. May they be blessed with a full and complete healing, a healing of spirit and a healing of body, together with all those who suffer. May those who will not be healed on this earth be blessed with nights free from pain and days filled with peace. May God bless all those who put themselves at risk to care for wounded and sick, the medics, ambulance drivers, doctors, nurses, family, and friends. And I invite us to take a quiet moment to call to mind those who are healers and send them light, love, and strength for their work and their service. May God bless those who navigate the unfolding dangers of the world each day, to tend to those who have sworn to help, ease their fear, sustain them, source of all breath, healer of all beings, protect them and restore their hope. Strengthen them that they may bring strength. Keep them in health that they may bring healing. Bless the sacred work of their hands. May God help us to find hope and courage as we face fear and loss. Barech et kulam be'avat chaverim, ahovim, mishpacha, v'kihila. May all who suffer be surrounded by the love of friends, loving companions, family, and community. Rifa'enu Adonai v'nerafeh, Hoshi'enu v'nivasher. Heal us, Holy One, and let us be healed. And please save us. V'nomar. Amen.
Sing this Nigun with us.
Hi, good evening. My name is Omer Lubaton Granat, and I'm Hi, good evening. My name is Omer Lubaton Granat, and I'm a new member in the Upper West Side community. We only moved here to the US a year and a half ago, and I think that in the recent month, I was honored to see the strength and the resilience of this community, and I'm very fortunate to be here, so thank you all, and thank you all for hosting me. I'm one of the leaders of the Families Forum here in New York, trying to represent the families in Israel, in the US, but also trying to represent my family. 4 members of my family are held hostage in Gaza. My cousin Chen, she's now a hostage, but she's also a widow and also a bereaved mother. Because on this cursed day 30 days ago, when the brutal terror attack happened in Kibbutz Kfar Aza, her husband Nadav and their daughter Yam was murdered, and Chen, along with their 3 children, Agam, Tal, and Gal, who are 17, 12, and 9, were kidnapped. This story is not special. I think that many of us know and related to many victims, and there's a lot of stories that the heart can bear. And I always think about this girl Abigail, who was 3-year-old and held captive without her parents. And I think about the young men and women who danced in this party, and the soldiers who tried to protect the kibbutzim, and the amazing communities that dozens and hundreds of them are no longer with us or are held hostage who knows where in Gaza. This role that was forced on me, to be honest, to lead like a public campaign is not new to me. This is what I do for a living. I work in the last decade in political campaigning, in community organizing, in advocacy. And the secret in this field, when you try to promote policy or make social change, is that there is no right formula. There is no recipe. The secret is that you don't know. But what we do know when we stand here is, first of all, the important role of the US government in this hostages crisis, probably the biggest hostages crisis ever had. And what we do know is that when a lot of people working together for a mutual cause, change can come. So I think that I really hope that next week I will have to cancel all the events that I'm supposed to speak at and all the interviews that we have. Thank you. But as we know from former hostages that we had in Israel, it could be a long run. So I want to ask each and every one of you to take even one person from all of the posters you see around the city and brace him to your heart and think about him, because it could take a month, it could take a year, it could take 5 years. We don't know. And we need to do whatever we can to influence the US, the international community, the government in Israel, the Arab leaders, and of course put pressure on Hamas to bring them back home. So thank you for being our partner in this mission. Now I will read a prayer for the hostages and missing. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Moshe, and Aaron, David and Shlomo, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah, bless and protect and guard those who are abducted and taken hostage, the missing and the kidnapped, who are taken from their homes, their villages, and their kibbutzim, from military posts and from fields of dance, and who are now in grave danger, in hostile and foreign locations, and in the hands of messengers of destructions. For we and all the people of Israel are praying on their behalf. May the Holy Blessed One have compassion upon them and bring them out from darkness and the shadow of death. Break their bonds and deliver them from distress, and redeem them speedily, returning them to their families, their towns and homes, and to fields of dance and joy. May there be fulfilled in the verse, those redeemed by God will return. They will enter Zion with singing, and everlasting joy will crown their heads. Gladness and joy will overtake them, and sorrow and sighing will flee away. And let us say amen.
Please join me.
אם אשכחך ירושלים, תשכח, תשכח, תשכח ימיני. אם אשכחך ירושלים, תשכח, תשכח, תשכח ימיני. אם לא ארץ ירושלים, על ראש שמחתי, היי היי היי. אם לא ארץ ירושלים, על ראש שמחתי.
I'll sing now El Malei Rachamim. I'll invite you to rise. All over the world, probably different communities were singing El Malei Rachamim. This particular version of the text was used in parallel events in Israel to mark the Shloshim.
El Malei Rachamim שוכן במרומים, המצא מנוחה נכונה על כנפי השכינה, במעלות קדושים וטהורים כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים את כל נשמות נרצחי טבח עוטף עזה שנהרגו, שנשחטו,
שנשרפו ושנספו על קדושת השם, העם והארץ. לכן בעל הרחמים יסתירם בסתר כנפיו לעולמים, ויצרור בצרור החיים את נשמותיהם. אדוני הוא נחלתם, בגן עדן תהם מנוחתם, ויעמדו לגורלם לקץ הימין, ונאמר אמן.
Be seated. As we mark this 30-day period, we're joined by other communities around the world, and specifically in Israel, also gathering to mark this day. And in Israel, a number of new tefillot, new prayers, new poems, and new rituals were written specifically for today. We wanted to bring one as an introduction to Mourner's Kaddish, which we'll say in a moment, written by Harav Gilad Kariv. Kaddish Yishuvei Otef Aza. Yitkadal zichram shel harugei kibutzei Otef Aza v'chol nirtzechei ha'ma'aracha ha'nora'ah be'arim, ba'yishuvim u'v'moshavim v'zichram shel noflei tzahal ha'mishtara v'kochot ha'bitachon v'yitkadash tzav ha'chaverut ha'arvut ha'adadit חיי הקהילה, אהבת הארץ, והדבקות בערכי היסוד של הציונות ובערכי השוויון, החירות והשלום. A Kaddish for the residents of Otef Aza. Yitgadal, may the memory of those killed in the kibbutzim of Aza and all those murdered in this terrible campaign in the cities, towns, and neighborhoods, and the memories of fallen IDF soldiers, the police and security forces, be magnified. V'yitkadash, and may the realm of friendship, interdependence, communal life, love of the land, and cleaving to the foundational values of tzionut, of Zionism, and equality, freedom, and peace be hallowed.
Kindly rise and join together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach, Le'olam u'le'omei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen.
תפילה לשלום מדינת ישראל. Prayer for the state of Israel. אבינו שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו, ברך את מדינת ישראל ראשית צמיחת גאולתנו. הגן עליה בעברת חסדך, ופרוס עליה את סוכת שלומך, ושלח אורך ועמיתך לראשיה, שריה ויועציה, ותקנם בעצה טובה מלפניך. חזק את ידי מגיני ארץ קודשנו, והנחילם אלוהינו ישועה, ועטרת ניצחון תעטרם, ונתת שלום בארץ, ושמחת עולם ליושביה. ואת אחינו כל בית ישראל, פקודנה בכל ארצות פזוריהם, ותוליכם מהרה קוממיות לציון עירך, ולירושלים משכן שמך, ככתוב בתורת משה עבדיך, אם יהיה נידחך בקצה השמיים, משם יקבצך אדוני אלוהיך, ומשם ייקחך. ויביאך אדוני אלוהיך אל הארץ אשר ירשו אבותיך, וירשת, והיטיבך וירבך מאבותיך. ויחד את לבבינו לאהבה וליראה את שמך, לשמור את כל דברי תורתך, ושלח לנו מהרה בן דוד משיח צדקך, לפדות מחכה קץ ישועתך. והופע באדר גאון עוזך על כל יושבי תבל ארצך, ויאמר כל אשר נשמה באפו, אדוני אלוהי ישראל מלך, ומלכותו בכל משלה, אמן סלע.
You may be seated. Before we conclude by singing Hatikva, I want to express my gratitude to Rabbi Ben Spratt, Cantor Shana DeLoe, and the entire staff here at Congregation Rodef Shalom for hosting us this evening so graciously. While we hold deep sadness and anger and anguish and fear, let's please also hold hope. Please, God, give us the gift of hope. Hope that enables us to imagine the hostages, these precious individuals, imagining returning to their homes and their families. Give us the hope that helps us to imagine those scenes of reunion, the feeling of those fierce embraces, the sound of exhaled breath, and the feeling of the tears of indescribable release. Let's please hold out hope for that. And while we're there, let's please God find the portal to some piece of our hearts or of our minds or our souls that can picture once again peace. Peace in rebuilt homes and communities, the peace of feeling safe, the peace of a good night's sleep, peace in our land, peace in our broken world. Amen. Please rise for Hatikva.
Oh
Thank you so much to everyone for being with us.